Welcome to the second episode of the Perils of Budget Items. Today I'm going to show you the perils of buying a cheap Ferrocerium rod. Let's have a look. So here is the Ferrocerium rod in question. As you can see, this is a Scout style Ferrocerium rod. It's approximately 5mm in diameter when new. This one has been heavily used. However, the use is becoming very difficult. And it actually failed and came apart in use. You're probably wondering, well, that's an easy fix. Just put some tape on the end, wrap a little bit of paper around it, shove it back in. Whilst that's true, and whilst that is what I generally do with this rod, the reason I mention it as a peril is if you were to let this rod fall into a campfire and not be able to salvage it quickly, it will burn up. And then you are only left with much more difficult ways of starting a fire. And as we all know, in survival situations, a fire is essential. Be it for warmth, for cooking, for purifying water by boiling it. It is an essential element of survival. The better made rods actually have a notch shaped into them, and the handle is cast around the notch, ensuring that the rod can't just simply fall out. So my advice is, if a budget Ferrocerium rod is all you can afford, follow the rule of 2 is 1 and 1 is none. That way, if it separates like this one did and falls in the fire, you have a backup. If you can, however, afford it, get a better quality one. Get one that is made properly, and ideally, get one that is as thick as you can find. Lastly, these strikers are junk. Get a good piece of high carbon steel, drill a hole in it, and replace the striker. Make sure you have a good solid 90-degree edge that is sharp enough that it can successfully strike the steel, or use a dedicated knife for striking the Ferrocerium rod. If you have found any of our content useful, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, stay safe in the bush.